Hi, welcome to my review of the Samsung DV90K6000CX heat pump tumble dryer in graphite. The tumble dryer is worth noting that it also comes in a white colour as well. However, the guys at AO.com have kindly given us the graphite tumble dryer to review. So let's take a closer look. Now the first thing to note is that it's got a massive 9kg drum. Now when I say massive, I mean massive. Having a family of 4, this is ideal for us. It's also a AAA rated energy efficiency, which means that roughly it costs around £40 a year to run. Now £40 for a dryer is ridiculously cheap in my eyes. When you think of dryers, you sometimes think, oh, they're going to be expensive, or I'm not sure if I need one of those, but actually £40 a year for something like this to run, I think is fantastic. So let's turn it on. First thing you'll notice is the lovely Samsung noise, dung, 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 which tells you it's turned on, and it's got a beautiful blue LED display, as well as a lovely turn dial, which again will bleep when it tells you it's reached another different program. As you can see from the program dial, it does have a massive selection of different programs, ranging from things such as extra dry, so if you've got really heavy garments that you need drying, you've got things like your delicates, you've also got sportswear, so you know if your little ones come back with their swimming kits and things like that, then that'd be great for there. You've also got things that you'd expect in terms of splitting it between cotton and synthetics, and you've also got your traditional time dry as well. Some of you may be traditionalists and have one of the old-fashioned non-LCD displays, where all you've got is a simple time dial. Well, actually you can still time dry if you want. However, the fantastic thing about the Samsung heat pump tumble dryer is it actually has a built-in sensor, so it will tell you roughly how long it believes the drying cycle to take. However, due to the sensors inside, the reality is it takes a much shorter time, well in my opinion anyway, than what's displayed. So you notice if I turned it to, let's say for example, cupboard extra dry, depending on what you've got in there and the size of the load, in reality that could be a lot less time. So you know, don't worry too much when you say 3 hours 25 to run. In reality actually it's a lot less than that due to the sensor built in. Now one thing I will quickly bring up is you notice that there is a noise every time you move it. The buttons are actually touch buttons, so it does actually make noises. It can be a little bit annoying if you brush past it and maybe you've left it on, so it will make a noise. So again, thankfully there is a sound off button if it's not something you're interested in. But for the purpose of this one, we'll just leave it on so you can see when I press different buttons. Just turn it back on and off again just to reset to where I was at. So what you'll notice, as I said, there is a massive drum. Not sure if you can see there, but what I will do is I will turn the lamp on, and that actually puts a lamp in the drum. So I'll just show you inside there. Huge drum. Inside is the filter. Very easy to take out. So you just take out there. Oops, look, I've got some stuff already in there from previous, so I'll need to clean that out. And the door just shuts nicely there. Now what you will notice, there's a slight lip just there, and that's how you'd open the drum door. Now what I would say about this machine is it feels very light. I mean, you might have just noticed then that actually I've just pushed the machine in and out just by moving it with my hands. Just gives you an idea of actually how light it is. Now we was offered by the kind guys at AO.com to install it. However, being a DIY enthusiast, I thought I'd install it myself. And actually, although it looks really massive when it turned up, it's a standard 600mm size, and therefore I was able to just slide it into the slot we had available. Now, heat pump dryers, for those that don't know, don't require any sort of plumbing in. This one can be plumbed in directly to the drainage, of which an extra pipe does come with it, so you can actually plumb it straight into the drainage, meaning you never actually have to empty it. However, if you don't have that facility, then you can use the simple pull out of the drainage, which is a bit like a washing machine. However, what happens here is that all the condensed water fills up into this drainage output, which you have to take it out and empty it. Now the one thing I would note with this is it does seem a little bit uneasy to put it back in to place. It just doesn't quite click properly. Now I don't know whether it's just a bad design or whether Samsung's designed it like that, but it does take a little bit of a wriggling to get back in. However, just noting as well, you can see on the actual liquid gauge, I guess you'd call it, how much water's in there, and obviously you want to make sure you fill it before it gets to the max. The dryer does also come with a handy child lock, which is great, particularly if you've got little ones like I have who like to touch the buttons, especially as they do make a noise. Now to activate the child lock, you just press these two buttons together, and after 3 seconds you'll see the child lock sign come on. That means then that no little paws can move anything around while your laundry is drying. To take it off, again, it's just a 3-second press of the two buttons and it comes off. Now one thing that is really great with this dryer is that it actually comes with a tray. Now the tray fits inside of the dryer, and I'll just show you the tray now. I'll just pop it in there like so. So there's the tray in there. Now what's this for, you ask? Number of things you can do with the tray. Handy for putting in things like trainers or shoes, so you can tumble dry them without them banging around in your dryer. Also, you can also do it for things such as your best jumpers that maybe you want to put in folded, and therefore you can dry them then and they'll dry less wrinkle free. Now there is also a wrinkle prevent button anyway, so again, if you're worried about them coming out too wrinkled, you can press this button and it'll make sure that it does it in small bursts, and therefore your clothes should come out less wrinkled. Now the all important sound test. Let's close the door. Now personally I don't think this is very loud. Personal impression of it, compared to our old antiquated washer, albeit it was a washer dryer but the drying function no longer works, that is really loud. So I'll certainly be looking up a Samsung washer in the near future. However, for the purposes of the dryer itself, it's actually not very loud at all. So we're really impressed that it doesn't drown out, particularly if we're in the kitchen or maybe in the dining room. It doesn't drown out our conversations at all and gets the drying done. Now what you can do with the dryer is the ability to open it mid-dry to allow you to either take things out or put things back in. Simple process of just pressing the pause button, open the dryer and take things out and put things in. So there is a button on the dryer for mixed load. Now if you're putting a mixed load in, that will sound a bell when the drying in general is around 80% complete. Now by 80% complete, that should mean that your things like your synthetics or your thinner items should actually be dry by that point. So you're able then to take those out and continue then with the larger, more heavier items to allow a better efficiency of drying. So that's my review of the Samsung DV90K6000CX heat pump tumble dryer in graphite. Thanks to the lovely guys and girls at AO.com for allowing me to review it, as well as a special mention to the delivery drivers from AO.com. A flawless delivery process. Before the item arrives, you are received with a couple of emails and texts just to double check you're going to be in, as well as giving you a roundabout time bracket that actually the item will be delivered in. Finally then, on the day of delivery, I was given a call 30 minutes beforehand just to say that the guys would be arriving within the next 30 minutes and to check I'd still be in. When they did arrive, they took away all the packaging for me, so your polystyrene in your boxes. Equally, they put it exactly where I wanted it to be put, as in the garage, and I was able then to transfer it from the garage to the space where it needed to be and install it without ease. So thank you very much for that, guys, much appreciated. And again, positives: massive drum, really great drum, great for families. I love the light function on there, it keeps the little one very interested, as well as the child lock obviously. If she's interested then I need to put the child lock on. Loads of different functions. Dislike the fact that you have to pull out the drawer. It's a bit clumsy to get back in once you've emptied it. We are looking to plumb it directly into our nearby sink, which is good news, so I will do that shortly. That will save a lot of messing around, but equally it isn't the end of the world. Like I say, it's fairly easy to empty. It's just a bit clumsy trying to get the drawer back in. And I love the fact that there's a tray in there, so again, you know, regularly we do go walking and bits and pieces like that, so we will look to wash our trainers or shoes, so drying them hopefully should be a breeze with that. And yeah, I'm overall really impressed, and I'm looking to possibly get the washer to complement it shortly. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy my review.